you guys for listening. We got a good show for you guys today. It's just me again, but we got NFL. We got a lot of NFL. We got the Super Bowl in a couple days this Sunday. Los Angeles Rams versus the New England Patriots. We got the NFL honors. That is a big thing. A lot of people are wondering who's going to win MVP, who's going to win Defensive Player of the Year, who's going to win Offensive Player of the Year. There's a lot of shit going on in the NFL right now. And then you even got the NBA, which I almost kind of feel bad for. You know, to digress and to break this down, the NBA has got a lot going on, and as like an NFL executive, you know, like I would be like, fuck, man, we need to hype this game up. Like it's already the Super Bowl. It's already hyping itself up. The team's already hyped himself up. Tom Brady's going to hype himself up. Todd Gurley. They got all these players that are going to do it for them. But here's the thing. You look at it like this. You know, AD says he wants out of New Orleans. You know, Kristaps Porzingis goes to Dallas, and everyone's like, yeah, the Super Bowl is still going on. Everyone's like looking at the NBA already. Maybe that's just because New England's in a second Super Bowl, and everyone's kind of like, all right, whatever. You know, everyone's kind of looking the other way. But we'll get to the NBA last on the show. As you guys know, I'm a big NBA fan. I love to talk NBA. But right now, we got the last football game of the year. We had the Pro Bowl with the AFC won last week, and it was a big game. Jason Garrett couldn't win a game with a team full of NFC players, NFC starters. So that kind of goes to show who Jason Garrett is. But the thing is about that game is that the Pro Bowl, you know, the best from the AFC, I don't really know if I like take that game seriously or not. You know, that it's not really the coach's fault. You know, I doubt he even really drew up a game plan. I bet you he just said, okay, well, hell, he was letting Ezekiel Elliott hand it off to Saquon Barkley. That's pretty goofing around, so I don't think he was taking it too seriously. But the Super Bowl. Here we go. We got the Los Angeles Rams, who were the second seed, and we got the Patriots, who were the second seed. So we got two seeds going on to the next big game, the Super Bowl. So we got the Los Angeles Rams wearing their blue uniforms, and then we got New England wearing their white uniforms. Like some people like to know what uniforms they're wearing. Here's the thing about who I think is going to win. I think Los Angeles is going to win this game, and here is why. The running game of LA is going to be hard to stop as New England's defense. And then I just really but Todd Gurley needs to say, yo, McVay, give me the fucking ball, dude. There's no one on this defense that's going to shut me down. Hell, this team let Mahomes score like 41 points. This defense has let a lot of points scored. Let's not forget how many points this team let a backup quarterback last year in the Super Bowl throw on them. You know, this defense is, I'm not saying they're bad, but if you're going to let 44-something points get scored on you, it's, you know, you're not a top-tier defense. But they're in the Super Bowl, so obviously they have something figured out. You know, looking into this, and another reason why I say they're going to win this is I just think their defense is going to match up better against their offense. But here's the thing the Rams have to do to win this game. What the Rams have to do to win this game is they have to stop the running game in New England. They have to stop Tom Brady somehow. They got to get to him, or they're going to have to stop Sonny Michel. And if you let both of those happen, you're not going to win this game. Just get over it. You know, might as well just give Brady his ring, because if you can't stop the running game, you are very well not going to stop you got to pick one. And I know I say that in a lot of games, but Los Angeles has to take away this running game. And I say, with Michael Brockers, Aaron Donald, and Ndamukong Suh, it is very possible for them to do that. So I'm not really too worried about that, and that's why I give the edge to the Rams. So I say they win this game 35-28. But can Brady be stopped is the big question. You know, I say you got to get to him early. He's got to throw the ball within 1-2 seconds, if that. So those guys got to get there fast as hell. You know, this O-line in New England isn't the greatest O-line, but they know Tom Brady very well, and they know he's not a mobile guy, so they're going to even stay in the pocket. They don't got to move outside the pocket. They're going to say, hey, we got this. You just stuck and throw the ball. We'll give you at least 2.5 seconds. You take it from there, and Brady will get rid of that fucking ball within seconds. You know, I've never been a New England fan, but I can appreciate that he's a great quarterback. And it irks me to say that, but eventually Tom Brady is not going to be in the league. So it's cool to watch. It very well is very fun to watch, you know, but it's not fun to watch to see them win all the time, but it's cool to see that, I'm watching this generational talent of Tom Brady. Because I didn't think, you guys can go look at earlier episodes where I'm hating on Brady. I'm like, dude, they're not going. Gronk's a shell of himself. Tom Brady's time's up. And they're in another Super Bowl. So obviously his time isn't too far off. Another thing is will Goff come short? A lot of people are wondering how Goff will, do his thing. He got him there. A lot of people will say the refs got him there, but here's the thing. Goff, played when he needed to play great, he played great, and that's all they're really asking. They're not asking for Jared Goff to throw 500 yards. They're asking him to make third down conversions either through his legs or, through the air, and he's been able to do that. So I really like how Jared Goff has done that, but I don't think he's going to come up short, and that's another reason why I think they're going to win this game. Aqib Talib, former Patriot, going against Tom Brady. That's a big thing. Tom Brady has played against Talib, I'm sure, in practice, so maybe Talib comes and covers his favorite target, Edelman, for a little bit, but I know Talib he's more of a big receiver type guy, so he probably won't go down to the slot, but maybe they throw him off a little bit. But Brady's almost seen everything, I feel like, at this point, so I don't think he really cares if Aqib Talib is on his favorite target or not. Todd Gurley needs to get the ball in his hands to win this game, like I said earlier. The O-line of New England has to, give Tom Brady time if they want to win this game. It's going to be a very good game. It's going to be a fucking high scoring game. That's for damn sure. There's nothing going to be bad about this game, I don't think. I think this is going to be one of the most entertaining Super Bowls, I hope. I really hope it's not like the Seattle-Denver one where Seattle just stomped on Denver and you're just sitting there like, oh, well, I'm glad Seattle won, but this was the most boring Super Bowl ever. Like, the first play was a fucking safety. So I just hope it's not a Super Bowl like that, And here's another hot take. People who think the New England-Atlanta Super Bowl is the best Super Bowl, they're wrong, because just because it was the longest Super Bowl, that does not mean that it's the best Super Bowl, because for 3.5 quarters, it was just boring. And then I'll give you the last quarter was pretty crazy that New England came back. But, dude, the first 3 quarters was just them getting stomped on. So, I mean, like, I don't like Super Bowls like that. I guess you could say even for the Baltimore 49ers one, it was kind of boring in the beginning, but at the end it kind of picked up when the 49ers came back. After the lights were shut off, shout out to my guy Joe Flacco wearing the Elite shirt today. That's my guy, I know the Lamar Jackson stuff is, it's taken over Baltimore right now, but I'm still a Joe Flacco guy at heart. I'm happy for Lamar Jackson, but, I'm going to miss my guy Flacco if he ends up deciding to leave. And I'm excited to see where he goes, though. If he goes to Denver, I'm going to have to start cheering for Denver a little bit. So that's the thing. Another thing about this game is it's just a young team versus a more veteranized team. New England's been here. LA hasn't been to the Super Bowl in a long-ass time. I don't think they've been since the 1 yard short game. I could be totally wrong. I think they might have went after that with Kurt Warner. Or was that the Kurt Warner one? God, I've run a fucking sports podcast and I don't even know that. But no, LA, they haven't been there as recent as New England has. So that's definitely like, oh shit, okay. Moving into the next part, Julius Peppers is calling it a career. That's just a big NFL headline that isn't a Super Bowl thing. Julius Peppers has played for the Panthers, the Bears. He went back to the Panthers. He even played for Green Bay for a little bit. So, he's had a decorated career. Julius Peppers should not go unsaid. He should very well get a Hall of Fame. Not at least. I don't know about probably first ballot. He probably will get first ballot here in a 5 years. But that's the thing about that. So the Super Bowl, I got LA winning 35-28. I just think that LA is going to shut down the run. LA is going to shut down the run game in New England, and they're going to force Tom Brady to throw, and they're going to keep up with Tom Brady. And I think that if Greg Zuerlein can make some fucking clutch-ass kicks like he did last game, they shouldn't even worry about this. If Aaron Donald gets to Tom Brady, there's no worries. LA's got this in the bag. So Los Angeles Rams win this 35-28. Moving into the NFL honors segment of the show, let's talk about the MVP, the Offensive Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, Offensive and Rookie Defensive Player and Offensive Player of the Years, Comeback Player of the Year, and Coach of the Year. So I have it in two sections. I have this in writing for y'all who want to see this on the video version of this. Here we go. MVP, who is going to win? It's going to be Patrick Mahomes, and here's why. Patrick Mahomes is an electrifying player. He's one of those players I stopped hating on midway through the season. I said, you know what? I'm going to finally just start appreciating his game. He kind of plays like Aaron Rodgers, and he's fun to watch. So I really think Patrick Mahomes is going to win the MVP. But who I personally want to win MVP, not necessarily who probably will win, but I want Aaron Donald to win it. I just love to see defensive players win fucking MVP. We haven't had one since Charles Woodson. That's a long-ass time. No, Charles Woodson won a Heisman, not even a fucking MVP. Wait. I'm looking this up. Charles Woodson, MVP? Nope. He won the Heisman. Yeah. Damn, it's been a long-ass time since I don't even think we've ever had a defensive player win one. Dude, this is actually going to irk me. So let's look it up. So we're going to type, has there ever been a defensive NFL MVP? Oh, two defensive players have won the award. Alan Page in 1971. So this guy probably was, he was in the good days. He wasn't like the crazy legs first days. And Lawrence Taylor. Wow. And then AP NFL MVP was Mark Mosley, who won the place kicker in 1982. Okay. Lawrence Taylor is an amazing player, and I could see why he would win the defensive MVP. Or no, the fucking MVP of the league. He was unstoppable. He's in a different category. But we haven't had someone win defensive MVP in a long-ass time. It would be cool. I swear. They should just name... you know what the NFL should do? They should just rename MVP to the best quarterback award, because that's basically what happens. Yes, there's a couple running backs spread out in that mix. But, dude, it's every year it's just the quarterback. And then even the second place, they're like, all right, we'll give it to the best running back, or maybe we'll just give it to the next quarterback. It's ridiculous, man. It's getting so political, and it's just always becoming the quarterback. It's getting political with everything in life. So I want Aaron Donald to win MVP, but Patrick Mahomes, I think, is going to win it. Drew Brees, Offensive Player of the Year. I think he's going to win it because I don't think he's going to win MVP. I think they're going to give it to Mahomes, but they could very well give it to Drew Brees as his last send-off. Like, it's all right, man. We saw you blew the call. Here's your Offensive Player of the Year, which would blow, but, I think it's going to happen. Who I want to win the Offensive Player of the Year, I think Russell Wilson deserves it. You take that player, take him out of the fucking equation, Seattle's not making the playoffs. You could even make an argument Russell Wilson should be in the MVP. But, I really think Russell Wilson deserves Offensive Player of the Year. He's bailed out a lot of situations for Seattle, and that deserves to at least get a nod from someone. So I think he should win Offensive Player of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year is going to be Aaron Donald because he's not going to win MVP. So Aaron Donald will win Defensive Player of the Year. But if Aaron Donald does win MVP, I think Khalil Mack will win Defensive Player of the Year because, after Aaron Donald, I think that's just perfect. Khalil to take that. Offensive Player of the Year. This is another thing. It should just go to the fucking quarterback. Baker Mayfield is going to win this award, but who I want to win and who I think deserves the win is Saquon Barkley. That guy is arguably a top 3 back already, and it's his rookie year. Yes, he wasn't on like a winning team, and people will make that argument. They'll be like, well, did he win them? Did he win them games? No, but he was fucking doing all the... Dude, he could do so much as a running back. He can't take the ball and throw it like Baker can. Baker's also thrown some picks, and he's costed some games. I don't think... You can't say Saquon Barkley is the reason the Giants have lost. He had one game where he had like 47 yards for like 12 carries, and that was against Dallas. But other than that, he's had a fantastic year. How would you not... Okay, and NFL, this is going on Instagram. This cut right here. I'm going to cut it, and then I'm going to post this. NFL, why is Saquon Barkley not going to win Offensive Player of the Year? Because Offensive Rookie of the Year should go to Saquon because he deserves it, not Baker Mayfield. I'm tired of quarterbacks winning this award. That's my hot take on that. But Baker Mayfield will win it. He's obviously done some good things, but that's why he will win it. But I want Saquon to win it. Offensive or defensive player of the year is going to Darius Leonard, and who I think should get it is Darius Leonard. He's a fantastic linebacker on the Colts. He's propelled that defense to something more hybrid, more fast. It's young. It's a good core. I just really think he deserves it. Comeback player of the year, definitely Andrew Luck. I don't even really think anyone else should get it. I don't think J.J. Watt. I don't think he got hurt last year. No, he did. But I just think Andrew Luck deserves a comeback win because he led them to a fucking dude. This guy wasn't even going to play football anymore, they were thinking. So this is a definitely big. I'm not ridiculing anything J.J. Watt has done because I'm a big fan of him too. But Andrew Luck, I think, will win this award, and I think I want him to win as well. Coach of the year, Frank Reich. I don't know how you say that. I think it's Frank Reich or Reich from the Colts. So we got 3 Colts in a row right there. I think if they give it to any other coach, they're crazy. They could very well give it to McVay, but I just really like what he did with the Colts. McVay, has done magic, but I really think that the Colts head coach deserves Coach of the Year. So let's go through this one more time. For MVP, this is who I think is going to win. Like if I were to put money on it, Patrick Mahomes is going to win MVP. Drew Brees will win Offensive Player of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year will go to Aaron Donald. Offensive Rookie of the Year will go to Baker Mayfield. Defensive Rookie of the Year with Darius Leonard. Comeback Player Andrew Luck, and Coach Frank Reich. Who I want to win is Aaron Donald for MVP. Offensive Player of the Year Russell Wilson. Defensive Player of the Year Aaron Donald. But if he wins MVP, Khalil Mack wins Defensive Player of the Year. Offensive Rookie of the Year Saquon Barkley. Defensive Player of the Year Darius Leonard. Comeback Player Luck, and then Coach Frank Reich. I think those are real. I think those could. If I were in Vegas right now, I'd put some bets on these. I think they could very well come true. And I'm going to show you guys these right here on the video version of the. I know it's reversed, but those are my picks right there. So if you don't believe that's who I picked, I got it in writing this time. I didn't even type it up. Sometimes I like writing a little bit more because when you write these type of things down, it makes it a little easier because then you don't got to format it, and then I don't got to walk to the printer, and then I don't got to do all this meaningless crap. So I don't got to title it. I don't got to put a date on it. I could just straight up put NBA. This is the things I want to talk about. Speaking of NBA, that's what we're going into right now. There's a lot of trades going on. I get a different bolt of energy towards the end of the NFL season when the NBA is starting to just pick up because you're getting the best games of the NFL. So you got the playoffs and all the postseason and the Super Bowl, Pro Bowl, the honors. So you got all this fun stuff, and then you got the NBA who just now starting to kind of pick up its chains. It's been started since November and October area-ish, but it's just starting to everything's kind of come together because eventually both of these are going to be gone and it will be summer. It will be a summer drought. And by then we're gonna be hybrid into some baseball. We'll be talking fights. We'll be talking a whole bunch of stuff here on Weekly Take during then. But we got March coming up. We got college basketball. We got a whole bunch of shit coming up, man. I'm so excited for Weekly Take, man. This has been an amazing year. But to talk about this on episode 17, NBA, Kristaps Porzingis to Dallas in this Dallas gets Kristaps Porzingis. I think that's how you say it. I might be saying it wrong. They get Tim Hardaway Jr., Courtney Lee, and Trey Burke. In return, so New York would get Dennis Smith Jr., who is a very good guard. I really like Dennis Smith Jr., DeAndre Jordan, Wesley Matthews, and 2 first-round picks. A lot of people say Dallas won this pick or won this trade. I'm looking at New York did a pretty good job. Kristaps didn't really want to be there. The only reason I kind of give Dallas a slight edge, though, is that they got Tim Hardaway. Tim Hardaway is a great 3-way, like a 3-2 player. I really think he's going to make a difference over there because with Luka, Porzingis, and Tim Hardaway, that's gonna be a cool lineup when they're all on the floor. I know Tim Hardaway isn't to that caliber, but it's gonna be pretty awesome. Dennis Smith Jr. and DeAndre Jordan, they're gonna go light it up in New York. They're gonna have 2 first-round picks, but both DeAndre's and I think Wesley Matthews' contract expires, so they could buy him out next year or just not even sign him because New York is gonna have some cap room. And like I said in episode 1 of Weekly Take, episode 1, I said Kyrie going to the Knicks. It looking maybe New York is cleaning up a little bit. Say, hey, Anthony Davis, we got money. New York, big team, but I don't really think AD wants to go to at New York. Who knows though? I could be totally wrong. He could totally be a big fan of New York, but I know for a fact he does not want to go to Boston. So maybe he likes New York. But those 2 first-round picks are a big thing for New York. They could trade those. It's attractive to people who are coming into the league. So it's attractive for like free agents who want to sign with a team that they know they're going to get like a good first-round pick. Let's say it like that. So those are big. Dallas's picks aren't going to be fantastic because I think they're going to be pretty good. But, hey, 16 teams make it to the playoffs and the other 16 teams aren't. And then if you get better lottery odds, hey, I mean, more picks the merrier in the NBA, especially because you don't have fucking, 9 rounds, 12 rounds like the NFL does. So you get 2 rounds. So those picks really add up. Wade and Dirk are going into the a complimentary for the All-Star game. I think that's pretty cool that they're starting to do that. I hope that doesn't take place of some of the players who deserve to be there. I'm not saying Dirk and Wade don't deserve to be there just because they're older, but there's some people who got snubbed. But yeah, I mean that's pretty cool that they're letting these guys go play because it's truly an end of an era to see Dwayne Wade and Dirk Nowitzki, hanging up the basketball shoes, and that's sad to see, man. We're truly almost missing a lot of people that we've had in the NBA for a long time. When LeBron goes, oh, man, dude, that's gonna suck. When Tim Duncan left, that was hard enough. When Steve Nash left, Vince Carter's still in the league, so we got Vince, Wade, and Dirk. Maybe those 3 all go this year, and I really hope they don't. And when Manu left, that was hard. The NBA is super fun to fucking watch, dude. The thing is about the NBA, I've said this on. I don't know if I've said this on the podcast, but the thing is with the NBA is that it's a little more personable than the NFL. I mean, I feel like I connect with the players a little more just because there's less of them, and they're always on the court. They play offense and defense, so it's just a little more easier to watch in my mind. Obviously, NFL could be a little more entertaining, but basketball, I feel like I connect with my favorite players a little more. I'm not saying like I like a certain sport more, but I think I can connect with the players a little more. If you guys know what that means. Like I said in episode 1, Kevin Durant could very well go to New York with all this money just chilling there. And here's another thing a lot of people are talking about. Kyrie's, he kind of is, stepping out of his shell in Boston. He's kind of saying a lot of shit right now. He's like, man, I don't owe anyone shit. Those are Kyrie Irving's words, the point guard for the Boston Celtics right now. He's right, though. I mean, he came to Boston in hopes it was going to be a better team than this, and then now it's looking like a mess. Brad Stevens, you need to fucking get your shit together. Get your team, get your players to get their shit together because this team should not be where they're at. This team should be the most dangerous team in the East. No excuses. This team, like I said, like in other podcasts, I have 8 guys I can name on my hand that are like starter caliber players, and they're not even doing that great. It's not good. Melo was just cut. That's some big news. Carmelo Anthony was just cut from the Bulls. Maybe the Lakers pick him up for just some crackers or PB&J. But that's all I really got for you guys this week. There's a lot of sports going on. I'm really thinking about starting Weekly Take to do twice a week. Just shorter episodes, like twice a week, probably 25-minute episodes, just like this one, just to talk about more stuff that goes on because the NBA is constant. This works great for football because I'm able to go, okay, this is what happened last week. This is what happened this week. Okay, we're moving on to the next week. NBA, there's something going on every fucking week or every day. So I really think that getting this to 2 days a week would be fantastic. It'd be more content for you guys. It'd be more content for me to create. It'd be really fun to do. I mean, NBA is coming up. March Madness is going to be coming up. So it's going to be really cool to, do this. It's just the process. You got to stay in love with the process of things like this. Doing process things just like starting something new on anything. Say you want to start working out. You're obsessed with the process of it. And that's what I am with this. It's super fun. I love talking sports. I run 2 podcasts. If you guys haven't heard my other podcast, it's Dom Joseph Podcast. Basically, we just talk about whatever. You want to come in and talk about some bullshit, just come in and talk about it. But, this weekly take is about strictly sports, and I want to keep it that way. So that's why I started another one. But that does not mean I'm going anywhere with weekly take. In fact, we're probably going to double up the content. So I just really love doing this, and I got to thank all you guys for listening to episode 17. The Super Bowl's coming up. NBA has some drama going on. I got the Rams winning this week. Who do you guys got this week? Let me know. Message, comment, call me. I don't care what it is, just let me know. So this has been episode 17, and thank you guys so much for listening.